Political analyst Klaus Jurgens joins us now live from Vienna with more. Hi, Klaus. Help us understand what Europe can actually do at this point to save the nuclear accord.
Hello, hi, Andrea. Thanks for being on the show. I think it is a huge dilemma for the European Union as such, notably now the United Kingdom still there, and France and Germany. They had issued 1 year ago a plan that they actually want to step in and come up with a plan how to avoid a humanitarian crisis in Iran, because I think we all agree sanctions basically make the life for everyday citizens and the poor people in particular so much harder. Now, Iran has complained 1 year afterwards, you haven't really come up with something except you want to help up with medicines and agricultural goods and set up a payment systems, but only a few dollars in inverted commas. So the EU has to come up with a plan to say, do we really want to oppose President Trump and say we want to keep up trade channels and humanitarian channels with Tehran, or do we just give in? This morning it was announced from Berlin that the trade between Germany and Iran all but collapsed. Now, I would like to see a much stronger European front, if that is the right word, in saying, look, there are various players in the world. As President Erdogan once said, the world is bigger than five, and he is absolutely right. Now, let us come up with a European solution for European issues, and please, Washington, do not impose sanctions on those countries who might perhaps have legitimate ideas about how to continue to deal with Iran. Second point, if I still have time, what would happen if hardliners in Iran itself would use this conflict to perhaps at aiming the current government, setting up an extreme hardliner government, which would make the situation only worse? Perhaps this is what some people outside of Iran are waiting. I think this meeting today and last night is absolutely crucial. I really hope it will yield results.
You know, Klaus, Iran has said basically that Europe has no backbone. They are not wielding their own economic power to do what's right on behalf of an agreement that they still support. So I imagine you would agree there. There is some truth to that.
Absolutely. I heard from Theresa May, the caretaker prime minister, if I may say so with all modesty. She said, we want to de-escalate the situation. The French president, Emmanuel Macron, live on television only a few days ago, said he wants to de-escalate the situation. But then Europe must understand Tehran as well. It was said we don't want any artificial solutions to the problem. Now, July 7th is the deadline. What would happen if the uranium enrichment exceeds certain limits? Who would react first? Is it still time to come to a solution? I would hope so. Vienna, by definition, is a place for diplomacy, with the United Nations having one of its biggest sites here, largest sites here. I hope that this spirit perhaps could one more time be reinvigorated to say, look, this is Europe, this is China and Russia, and we have to come to a deal. I'm very much afraid of what will happen in Iran if no deal is found. Would the hardliners use this as an excuse to come to power? And then this is perhaps something some hawkish people across the Atlantic would be waiting for. Now we have a good excuse to go through with all the sanctions. A vicious cycle by all means.
Okay, Klaus Jurgens, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for that from Vienna.